What is up, Chronics? Welcome back to the series where I recustomize and review past DLC vehicles that did have good microphone quality before early 2019. So as always, guys, feel free to let me know down below in the comments what car you want to see me recustomize next. I'll display the most liked vehicle suggestion comment in the next customization video. So in today's video, we're going to be customizing the Dinka Jester Classic, which I customized / reviewed back in 2018 when it released, where I did a Fast and Furious style build originally, and then another more accurate Fast and Furious video about a year ago with Craig Lieberman. But I never really made a non-Fast and Furious customization video with this car, so that's what we're going to be doing in this one. So the Jester Classic released with the After Hours update in July of 2018, and is available from the Legendary Motorsport website for just under $800,000. Now, in regards to performance, it is in the sports class, and unfortunately it does suffer from these slow handling flags, which really impacts its performance, putting it way below average in the class. Just a real shame. But at least it still has the styling and decent customization to make it a nice showpiece in the garage or take it to a car meet or whatever. Now, in terms of what the Jester Classic is based on, it's primarily based on the Mk4 Toyota Supra, one of the most iconic JDM cars ever made, alongside the Skyline, of course. But anyways, let's go ahead and check out the customization of the Jester Classic. Alright, Jester Classic, let's do it. Alright, so we got armor, brakes as usual, bumpers, we got the center grille cut, the low splitter, carbon splitter, which is a different one, okay. Then you got the low black splitter, so this will be the black version of the low splitter, okay. Got the grille cut with the carbon splitter. Then you got the drift bumper, has a massive opening. Then you have the low splitter with the canards, drift with the splitter. Then you got the street build, which is stock bumper with exposed intercooler and turbo and a carbon splitter, okay. Then you got the drift with the exposed intercooler, which is the larger grille opening. And then with the splitter, wow. Lots of different options there. I wish there would have been a low splitter with the exposed turbo there. I would have liked that. See this, the low splitter with the exposed turbo. But unfortunately, it has it with the carbon one, which I don't want. That's a shame. That's why, like, definitely Rockstar has improved over the years, depending on the car with the customization, because they've been separating more options. But anyway, let's go with the low splitter there. Rear bumpers, you do have some diffuser options here, which I'm not a fan of, or the carbon rear section is kind of strange. I think they're just a little too aggressive. Chassis, so you have the roll cage. So it's a full roll cage, as you can see. So no half cage, sadly. You can only get a full roll cage. And then you can get it with the race seats, the same exact roll cage, primary or secondary. I do kind of like the race seats, but it's a shame that, you know, you can't do a half cage or no roll cage. So that's kind of strange. Usually most cars in GTA, you know, they have the half cage, the street cage option, and then with the seats, and then the full roll cage. So I'm surprised Rockstar didn't do that for this one, but I really don't want a roll cage in this car, to be honest. And I believe the interior color of this thing is changeable anyway, so I'm actually gonna keep this stock. I'm not gonna put a roll cage in there. I just don't like the full roll cage. If it was a half cage, I would have done it, but it's just too much. Engine, exhaust. So you got the stock dual exit exhaust, then you got the single chrome, which I prefer. Then you got the twin chrome, dual titanium, and the twin chrome exhaust too. So definitely single chrome, like the real car, looks awesome. Even on the real car, it exits from the other side. But yeah, we'll do that. Headlight covers, for those of you who like that. I'm personally not a fan, but if you want to put headlight covers on your Supra, you can do that. Fenders, you got the rear spats. So not a bad option depending on what you're looking for. The fin that's like right next to the exhaust, I'm not too much of a fan of. I do like the extension on the arches there, but that other piece is just a bit strange to me. I don't know. And then also you have the bolt-on arches option, which is kind of like a wide body sorta, but it doesn't. There's no option for the front for that, so it's just really strange option to put on the car. So yeah, I'm gonna skip those two. Hood, you got secondary, you got custom, which gives you like a nice raised section. You can see the difference here. I mean, it's very nice. Then you got the same one, but with the vents. which doesn't look bad. It's pretty subtle. Then you got the vented hood. Then you got the performance Fast and Furious hood. Carbon stock, it looks like. Then you got the carbon custom. Just carbon variants of the ones we saw. So I'm sort of between the custom or the scooped. Kind of a tough choice. I think I'm going to go with more of a clean build on this one. I think I'm just going to go with the custom one there with the race section. Lights would do some xenons. Why not? Liveries. You got the shopping list livery. You got the black 90s graphics. So like that Supra script. Absolutely love that. Then you got it in white. Then you got the different racing liveries and stuff. Slapdash, the Too Fast, Too Furious. Slapjack or whatever his name was. Supra. You got the torn camo. Got the atomic drift. Zero racing. And then you got the infamous Fast and Furious 1 Supra 10-minute car livery. Of course, reference to 10-second car, not a 10-minute car scene. I think I'm going to go with the white 90s graphics. I think we should first do the color and the wheels before we choose this. So I'm probably going to come back to it. Hopefully I don't forget. But plates. So for this one, I did make a special plate. I'm not going to explain it. I think it's pretty obvious, the reference, but there it is. So hopefully most of you can get that one. So we're going to do that. Respray. So for this, I was considering white, but honestly, I think I just really want it in red. And if I were to get a Supra in real life, it would have to be red. So yeah, I'm going to go with a red on this one. For pearlescent, I could have gone classic, but even the classic red, it just doesn't have any pearl at all. As you can see, it's kind of dull. I want just a tad bit brighter, just a very subtle, little brightness uptick on it. So we can solve that with the metallic red we just did, and then we go to pearlescent. And the pearlescence on the red, it does come through pretty aggressively, as you can see. Even if we do, for example, like a Torino red, it's just too much of a candy to it. I'm just not really feeling that. I want something a bit less like showy, less eye-popping paint-wise. So for this, I'm thinking of doing like a graphite. And you might say, well, that's not really doing anything. But if you look at the front bumper, I mean, you can see it is changing. It's just a very subtle change. Anthracite black is a nice option too, or even black steel. But the black steel, I think, is a little too much in direct sunlight. So I'm going to go with the graphite there. Secondary color is going to be your mirrors. And no interior stitching. There's no other options. So I guess just the mirrors. So we'll do that in Torino red. Oh, no, sorry. Regular red, like the car. Trim color. So you do have the option to change the interior color here. So you don't really need those racing seats. Change the stitching, door panels and such, in the center of the seats. I love that. So for this, usually the interior color is always darker in shading compared to the exterior color you choose, even if it's the same name. So for example, if you see red here, the interior looks much darker. But if we do Torino red, you can see them, they pretty much almost match perfectly. So we'll do that. Acrylic before this car goes on the doors. Roof, so you have a roof scoop, secondary, and carbon. I'm not a fan of the roof scoop on the Supra, so I'm going to skip that. Skirts, I definitely want to do. You have primary and you have lip skirt. I want to do that to match our front splitter. Spoiler upgrade, so you got the boot lip spoiler, tuner, mid-level, then you got the high level, which is like the classic, OG Mark IV Supra spoiler. I love that. Then you got all the different larger spoilers, all the big wangs. Yeah, crazy spoilers. Definitely gonna go with the high level spoiler there. Suspension, I think I'm gonna lower it all the way. Why not? Especially with some nice wheels, I think it's gonna look good. Transmission, turbo, wheels. So for this, we're gonna go to street, and I'm gonna throw on here the Cosmo Mark III. Where is it? There it is. Look at that. Look at that. It's just, it's the perfect wheel for this car. It really is. Wheel color, I was thinking of leaving it alloy, but I'm tempted to do the dark copper pearl. Yeah, that looks really good. Yep. We gotta go with that. For those of you who don't have that as an option, that is a GTA plus whatever thing, exclusive thing. So I mean, if you still want to do the same build, I mean, it's not going to have the color shifting effect like this one does, but you can just throw on here the where is it? The bronze? No, not the bronze. It's a dark copper. There it is, dark copper. It looks pretty good. I mean, it's pretty similar. Even the gold. I think the gold might be a bit better. You can see, yeah, definitely the gold. Not gonna do any tire design. Not a fan of that on this car. And windows, do some light smoke tints, just very light, just so we can still see that red interior. And that's all the options there. That's a good looking Supra. Let's go ahead, take it for a drive. I wish it drove as good as it looks. The slow handling flags really ruins so many good cars in this game, but when I did went ahead and skip the livery, I just felt it looked a bit cleaner without it. The high beams, you can see there. Got the interior. Very nice. Alright, floor it. There's the engine skipping around. It is what it is. At least we have the car in the game. You know, it could be worse. They could have not added it at all. Like a bunch of other iconic cars that they still haven't added yet at the time of this recording. The Miata, the GT40. It's a whole list. But at least we have it in the game. Even though it drives like poo. But it is what it is. You can hear the engine just skipping all over the place over all the bumps. Come on, go, go. We're floored right now, by the way. Oh, jeez. What a shame. I know some people in the comments sometimes are like, why are you complaining so much about the same thing with the slow handling flag? It's just annoying to me, you know, because it's the fact that it's only one line of code that Rockstar has to literally just hover over with their mouse and literally just press the delete key. It's that simple. It's not going to break anything in the game. It's just one line of code that's there that will take them literally 3 seconds to take off, and they don't want to do it for whatever reason. I just don't understand. But anyway, there she is. That is nice. Man, it's making me want a Supra in real life. It's bad. Oh, that's nice. All right, let's go ahead and open all the doors and stuff. Let me turn on the car first. Remote functions on, and then doors, do all, and nice. So there's the engine model there. Very nice, very nice. There's the interior. The red's definitely a nice touch in here. I like the red stitching and everything too to go with it. Then we got the hatch with the terrible texture quality in the trunk, but you know, is what it is. I mean, it's under $1 million. You know, like you have a Supra in GTA under $1 million, and the most iconic one, arguably, the Mark IV. I think it's worth it. You know, and the handling flags puts it in one of those situations where this is a car that you have more like a garage queen rather than something you take out to drive. So you just have it for the looks, just for the styling. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments and what vehicle you want to see me recustomize next that I haven't done again from early 2019 and older. Thanks again for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.